As part of the July Gina K Designs release, I'm going to show you how to make 3 gorgeous one-layer cards using one stamp set and a few supplies. Hi, it's Colleen and welcome to my YouTube channel. If you like what you see, hit the subscribe button so you never miss another one of my videos. So one of the new stamp sets from the release is this gorgeous floral set called Stay Positive. It's filled with beautiful, beautiful flowers that are nice and big and bold and easy to color. We're going to do some coloring and we're going to make a beautiful mini slimline card using this stamp set. So the first step here is to build my border. I have cut a piece of cardstock down to 3.5 by 6.5 in size. And I'm now starting to build my border, and what I'm going to end up doing is going all the way around the outside of the card using each of the stamps. And this is going to require some masking, and I'll show you in a little bit how the masking really helps the flowers to look natural. So right now I'm just stamping my first set. I love this floral piece because it's so detailed. In fact, every flower in this Stay Positive stamp set is gorgeous. Very, very detailed. You don't need to do a whole lot in order to get a lot of bang for your buck here. So now I'm just flipping the card over and doing the same thing on the other side. And now I'm going to continue to build my flowers. So what I do is I just line them up along the card panel until I get a feel for how I want it to look. And once I like it, then I'm ready to commit and stamp it down. So I'm placing this second flower here and I'm getting it ready, but before I stamp it, I'm going to add my masking using the Gina K Designs masking magic to protect that other stamp. And now I'm going to go ahead and stamp this second layer. Now, the cool thing about this is once you remove the masking, that flower is going to be tucked behind the original flower. And that's what I love about masking, is that you can create a really organic, unique look using separate flowers to create a really beautiful bouquet, like we're doing here. So I'm doing the same thing on the other side. Basically, I'm just repeating on one side the same thing on the other side until I fill up the entire border. So now you can see that that's done, and you see how that flower is tucked behind that original bouquet. I just love how that looks. So I'm going back in now with my third flower, and now I'm going to protect with masking magic both of the other flowers. So when I stamp this flower, it looks like it's sitting on top, but when you remove the masking, it will be tucked behind the other 2 flowers. So there you have it. I have my full border done just by stamping 3 flowers. Look at how lovely that is. And the details in these stamps make it so easy to create a gorgeous card with very little work. Now, if you need to do some touch-ups here because maybe the masking prevented you from doing a complete stamp, I just go in with a little microfiber pen, fine tip pen, and I just fill in the areas that might have little gaps in there so that it flows smoothly. So I'm just touching it up before I get ready to color. Now the next step is going to be coloring. I'm going to use my Copic markers and color everything here. Now I'm doing some very basic coloring here. Basically, I'm using 3 markers in the same color family, a light, a medium, and a dark. I start by going over the whole thing with my lightest shade first. Then I'm going to go back over it again with my medium shade and then my darkest shade. The lightest shade is where you want the most light, and the medium shade is basically highlighting, and then the darkest shade is for the shadows where the flower doesn't see as much light. So if you look at nature and look at a flower, you can see the areas that are darker, and that's what you want to mimic when you're coloring here. And it's really not that hard if you just use these basic three colors in the same family, and think about that. You know, what's going to be closest to the light, what's going to be kind of tucked into the dark parts, and then color based on that. There's really no right or wrong way of doing this, though, guys. To me, the simpler you keep it, the better. So now I'm going to go ahead and finish coloring and let you enjoy some music while I color. Okay, coloring is done. Now I'm getting ready to get it on my card base and finish this baby up. So I am putting it on a yellow panel, and then I'm going to go ahead and put it on a black card base that is sized about 6 3/4 by 3 3/4, which is about the right size for a mini slimline. And by the way, Gina K is coming out with slimlines, which is why I made this mini slimline for you. Isn't that beautiful? Thank you so much for stopping by today. I hope you got some great ideas. All of the details are in the description box below, and the new release for Gina K Designs is live now. I hope you will stop by and visit me again.